What if Harry Potter was the reincarnation of Orochimaru? Yeah. There will be a few things I'm saying. There are a few what ifs that I don't think I'll continue. One of them being my last Harry Potter video. In all honesty, I couldn't see how I could continue what if Harry Potter had Cruella Lucifer's abilities. So, now doing Harry Potter with being the reincarnation of Orochimaru. Now let's begin. When in Naruto universe, Orochimaru discovered how to be immortal, but what he didn't realize that it was as every time he continued being immortal, his chakra levels was draining. Once he was almost dead because of how little he had, he decided to perform a jutsu that he called forbidden. Yeah, even Orochimaru called it a forbidden technique. This will allow him to reincarnate into another world, or in this case, just reincarnate so that way he doesn't die. Once he did it, he ended up seeing two parents protecting what looked like him from a person with no nose. No nose. Anyway, we're done do a time skip to when Harry went to that zoo to look at those animals. Once he got to the snake and actually started talking to it, yeah, he talked to a snake. Huh. So you were never there, huh? The snake replied, "No, I have never been out of this cage." Then something instantly hit Harry. He could remember his past as Orochimaru. But then Dudley saw that the snake was actually moving, so Dudley burst his way through and started to poke at the snake's glass. But then all of a sudden it disappeared. Well, "See ya, suckers," the snake said. As the snake left, Harry noticed something. It was an egg. Unnoticed to anyone else, Harry grabbed the egg and put it in its pocket. His eyes flashed gold for a few seconds. After that, Harry was sent to his cupboard, and yeah. Let's see. He was sent to his cupboard, and then the next day, during lunch, Harry was told to go get the mail. Harry wondered why they don't do it. But he didn't really complain. He went and grabbed the mail and saw that one letter was for him. When that happened, Harry saw that one thing had his name, but when he was about to open it, Dudley said, "Huh? What? Harry got something?" As he took it, said, Harry then thought about punching Dudley, but that would just get him in worse trouble, so he didn't do it. As his personality of Orochimaru hasn't fully happened yet, as he then showed it to Uncle Dudley. Dudley. Uncle Dudley. Yeah, Dudley. As Dudley? Vernon. Uncle Vernon. Yeah, that was the name. It's always hard to remember those guys. Harry then figured that it must have been something important since anything that's not important, they usually just show him. Harry was asking what it was, and then Vernon decided to whip it apart and throw it away. It was nothing. Nothing. Over the next few days, Harry tried to get another letter. But anytime he tried, his Uncle Vernon was there before him and destroyed those letters. He then decided to move to a motel so that way he can get rid of them. But it didn't stop, as more letters continued to follow them. This time, he decided to go to a remote place in the middle of the ocean, or somewhere in the ocean, as there was a single house with a stormy night. Harry couldn't sleep, as he was counting down the minutes to his birthday. Once it hit midnight and he said happy birthday to himself, he instantly heard the door banging. He wondered what it was. But then it instantly fell down. Harry saw a huge grown man. Ah, Harry, as his uncle and aunt came down. Good to finally see you. Who are you, huh? Oh, my name is Hagrid. I'm the groundskeeper for Hogwarts. Hogwarts? As hearing those words, Uncle Vernon yelled out, "We don't want anything to do with that dang school." Wait, what are you talking about? Harry, you're a wizard. What? But, huh? I don't know what you mean. Then more memories of Orochimaru came in his mind and realized, I'm not just him. But he never said those things, as Orochimaru's soul has merged with Harry about 75% of the way. Why so much? Well, that's because Orochimaru is stronger than Harry, allowing his soul to take more control. Once he found out that his aunt and uncle lied about how his parents died, he looked at them with anger and saying, "You knew? Of course we did. We don't want anything to do with them. We told ourselves that we would stop anything that had to do with them. You had no right for that," he said. "You live under our house, you go by our rules." Well, I think it's time for us to start going. As this time, Harry left and heard the Dursleys say, "You go there and you'll no longer be welcomed as a family." They never treated me like a family then. Why would they treat me now? As Harry continued, he entered a place called Gringotts, and in a hidden place called Diagon Alley. It seems that no Muggle is able to find that place. Huh. Well, ain't that interesting, he says in his head. Then they head to a vault which contains a lot of gold, but Harry saw two things that interest him. They looked like eggs. Why would any Potter have an egg in the vault? As he looked closer, it was a snake egg. More accurately, a basilisk egg. Once Harry wanted to go towards them, the Hagrid instantly told him not to because those eggs are highly dangerous. Harry said okay, but unknown to Hagrid, he already grabbed them and replaced them by two fake eggs. How did he get fake eggs already? Well, Orochimaru was known for being a high-level shinobi, so I'm pretty sure he had high-level genjutsu. So he just did that and make it seem like the eggs were still there, even though Harry already took them. Now, once they left, they went from place to place in Diagon Alley, getting Harry wands and getting Harry a wand and Harry clothes measurements for school at Hogwarts. I don't think much would change about his meeting with what was his name again? Malfoy. So yeah. Once it was time for him to go to the train station of, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the train station, he didn't know where to go. Because even with Orochimaru level intelligence, he still couldn't see through things, so yeah. But then he saw some red-haired kids instantly run to a wall and stop. But Harry was the one that stopped. He saw them go right through it, so he went up and asked, "Is this the place?" She said yes, and he went through it. Now, one thing I should mention, he still has that lightning scar, but he also has Orochimaru's eyes now. Yeah, he has the golden slit eyes. But while he has those glasses on, everyone thinks of them as normal eyes. Basically, he put something on the glasses so that when he has them on, no one can see his snake-like eyes. Now, when on the train, he saw that one of the kids he saw that went through the tunnel before him come in and ask, "Hey, can I sit here?" Sure. Oh, thanks. Someone else was showing off a spider and, So, what's your name? The kid asked. Harry Potter, he said. Wait, the Harry Potter? Here we go again, he says. Yep, I'm him. Whoa, that's such... Before you start, I don't really know how it happened. I can't remember anything from it. Well, that's technically not a truth and also not a lie. He can remember seeing a wizard with no nose, but that's about it. Then another girl came up and appeared when Juan tried to turn his rat yellow. She said, "Is that even a real spell? I have read all about spells, and I haven't heard a single one like that. But this one is real. Wait, Perry something." Basically, it fixed his glasses, and he took them off. But once he did that, both Harry and the girl were shocked to see his eyes. "What the?" they both said in unison. "What's with your eyes?" they said. Huh? Oh, don't worry about it. Just something. What? Whatever. They wanted to know why his eyes were like that, but he didn't elaborate or even say anything about them. When they finally got to the school, Harry put his glasses back on as his eyes went back to normal look. Once Harry finally got to the place, Harry saw Hagrid then and said, "Hagrid! Ah, Harry, there you are, boy. I'm glad to see you made it." Yep. Well, now it's time for us to get going. We don't want you being late. As Harry Harry continued walking until they reached a big lake. It seems that Hogwarts was completely surrounded by water. He thinks some of my water snakes would be perfect here. As then, unnoticed by anyone, he created hand signs and whispered, "Water snakes." As then, 5 snakes that looked like this appeared in the water and spread out. This should give me a good idea of what's going on around Hogwarts while I'm not around, or what I can't find. Now, no one noticed them because the only real thing that was different was their glowing eyes, because, well, in water, they completely look like normal snakes, or they just look like normal water with moving glowing eyes. As they finally made it into front of Hogwarts, well, they saw someone named Miss McGonagall standing there and saying, "Now there are 4 houses, and for each house has a point system. At the end of the year, each house will be given the house of the year, depending on how many points they have. The points will be added once ever you participate, do something perfect or good, or just listen to orders. But you lose points if you don't listen, do something you're not supposed to, or not listen to a command, then you'll lose points." Now, what interested Harry the most is the houses. It looks like both Ron and that other girl wanted to be in Gryffindor. As much as it would be fun to be with people with snakes, I think I'll stick with my friends, he says. As Harry watched as everyone got named, it looked like that Malfoy character got in Slytherin. Well, then he was happy he wasn't in Slytherin because he could not deal with him. As they continued, his name was finally called. Harry Potter? Everyone was shocked to hear that Harry Potter was here. They started whispering, "Harry Potter?" as in the Harry Potter. Everyone was thinking about which house he was entering. But when the Sornak got in, he said, "It seems that you like snakes, maybe." Not Slytherin, he thinks in his head. "Oh? But in Slytherin you'll be a perfect fit." Not Slytherin, he says. "I want to be with my friends." I see. Well then, in that case, best case is Gryffindor. All the Gryffindors were happy to hear that they have Harry Potter. Everyone else was upset that they couldn't get him. As when they finally got to their rooms, they were told that each room has their own password. Harry was told the Gryffindor password. As time continued, he figured out how to get through place. First class was with the Slytherin headmaster, Professor Snape. He asked him a few questions, some which Harry didn't know, like what was it called? I can't remember. One he didn't know is the multi-name thing, which was also called the awake sleep or something. He knew that one, but the rest he didn't. It seems like fame can only get you so far. Honestly, like to see you try remembering those on your first year. As next class was magic class to teach how to do spells. It looked like it was taught by a dwarf. I think that's what that species name is. I can't recall. A dwarf, maybe? Now, a swing and a flick. Lingavia Leviosa. Then they all started to do it. But then Juan said, Lingavia Leviosa, Lingavia Leviosa. It's not Lingavia Leviosa, it's Lingavia Leviosa. Oh yeah, I'd like to see you try it. Lingavia Leviosa, she said. As now later that day, after the class, it's not Lingavia Leviosa, it's Lingavia Leviosa. No wonder she doesn't have any friends. As Hermione just walked right past him. Huh? Seriously, Juan? Harry said. What? Now, during lunch that day, Professor... Give me a sec. Professor Krill came in yelling, Troll! Troll in the dungeon! Just thought you might want to know, and then he passed out. Everyone started panicking, Troll! Troll! Ah! But then Dumbledore raised his wand and shot fireworks in the air, getting everyone thinking. Now everyone, I think it's time for us to move out and get into our houses. Everyone go now, he said. As everyone started to run towards, or go in a line, then go towards the house. But then Harry remembered, wait, Hermione, she went to the girls' bathroom. As they started to run there, they noticed that the troll went into the girls' bathroom. What? As then, Harry could hear that Hermione shouted. He then started to run towards the girls' bathroom, and saw that Hermione was indeed being attacked by the troll. He said, "Get away from her!" As then he used biting snakes. He lifted his arm, which then it looked like around 15 snakes came washing out of his robe. As then they started to bite the troll. The troll got mad and tried to swing them off with his mallet, or whatever that club thing was. I think it was a club. It got them off, but then one of the snakes spit something out, and Harry grabbed it. Been wanting to use this. As then he charged at them and said, "How do you like this?" As then he swung the sword downwards, and it cut the troll. The troll then tried to swing at Harry, but instantly a purple tint started to surround its veins. As then it fell to the ground, dead. Nothing can survive a cut from the Izanagi, he says. Both Ron and Hermione were shocked about what he saw. Well, what they saw. Harry was able to summon snakes as well as a sword that's called the Sword of Izanagi. Wait, if he can control snakes, then why aren't you in Slytherin? Ron said. I wanted to stay with my friends, of course. That's nice. Now then. As then a snake came out and opened its mouth, as then Harry put the Sword of Izanagi back in there. Wait, so that sword is, being protected by my snakes. Only way anyone will get to it is if I allow them to get to that sword. Yeah. As, let's see, what time is it? I think I can continue for a few more minutes. As then Professor McGonagall and Snape walked in and saw, what is going on here? They said. Harry just took care of that troll. What? They look at the troll and seems like it's not moving or breathing. What did you... Well, I think that's enough for today, Harry says as he begins to walk off. Professor Snape thinks, what exactly are you hiding, Potter? As next day, let's see what happened. Oh yeah, they tried to. Harry noticed that Snape had a limp. Maybe it had to do with that cut on us. Yeah. You think it had anything to do with that Cerberus from earlier? Maybe, but why would he want to deal with that? I don't know. But I think we should investigate, he says. Yeah. As they continue to walk around and start figuring out how. Once they asked Dumbledore, he said something about, of course not, it's one of the hidden treasures of Nicholas Flamel. I should not have said that, he said. Nicholas Flamel, huh? Then they start going and trying to find stuff out about him, huh? Nicholas Flamel. But they didn't really have much time, as later that day, they had a broom lesson. Yes, I know that's not exactly how it went, but I thought it would be interesting. As they started to try to figure out how to get their broom to Harry just put his hand out and say, up, and the broom came to him. Wonderful show, Potter. Thanks. As then Harry would say, well, it seemed that one other student finally did it, as then he started to fly around uncontrollably. Now, just calm down. He continued shouting until he ended up falling off the broom and hitting the ground, breaking his hand. Well, I think it's... no one go on your brooms until I come back, he said, as Malfoy saw that he left a forgot orb. Oh? Well, if he wanted it, then he shouldn't have forgot it, he said. As Hermione told him to stop, he then put it in a tree. Oh, you want it? Then come get it. Harry went on a broom and tried to get to it, but Malfoy tried to take it, which then caused Harry to stop flying around. One of the teachers actually saw this and was impressed by how he was doing. Because before, no one else was able to do stuff like that on that age. Now, when the teacher saw that, and he asked for Harry to come with him, or her, he found out that... Wait, let me look at something. I think I can do 5 more minutes. He then told the Quidditch coach that he thinks Harry could be good in it, and then he saw that his father's name was also on a Quidditch cup. Whoa. So my father was one. Yep. He was the best of his time. No one was even able to beat him, some say. Yes, but that changed. Now Slytherin is the best. Just wait, Harry says, under his breath. Now, let's see. Oh, yeah. Now, when Quidditch began, it began like normal. But one of the Slytherin students started to get players eliminated by either banging them in the walls or letting a bludgeoner hit them in the head. A bludgeoner is a type of sphere that goes after different players. Now that's interesting, as Harry saw the snitch and started to go after it. That same Slytherin student that was getting people eliminated then went after Harry to try and get him out. Once he found out the snitch, he started to try to get Harry off of it. Once he realized that the snitch was heading towards the ground at high speeds, Harry continued to dove after it and then ended up falling on the ground. Once he opened his mouth and spat something out, it was the snitch. The Gryffindors have won. Now, next thing was that Hagrid was acting weird, so they found out that he had a dragon. Whoa. What? No, after that it was Christmas, and Harry found out that the Weasleys, no wait, I think that's the name, Ronald Weasley? I can't recall. But it turns out the family always knits clothes for them, and it turns out Harry actually got one. Once he saw that his initials was on it, PH, or HP, which I can't recall what it actually said, and I don't care. Another thing he found, it was an invisibility cloak. It didn't say who it was from, but if you've seen the movie or read the books, you should know. I'm not saying. He then walked around and then found a weird mirror. A mirror that showed him his family. But then he saw himself with snakes. Same with all types of snakes. His eyes then glowed gold for a few seconds, having a smile like in the second one, while also like in the first one as well. But then his eyes went back to normal as he left and wanted to show Ron, but it was too late at night, so he couldn't. But the next time they went, Ron saw that he was with the House Cup, as well as being head Quidditch. Yeah, sorry everybody, but this is about where I can go. I wanted to go for like an entire movie type thing, but I guess I couldn't do that because of what time I have school. I will continue this later, but until then, don't make expensive what ifs. Out.